Dr. Olsen, your campaign slogan says you are running to be a new voice on the school board. Yet, when you were on the school board in California, and parents and citizens were left out in the rain at the school board meeting because the board meeting moved to a smaller location, you said, "To me it's no big deal. I have not lost 1 second sleep over it." And said, "I personally don't feel it's necessary that everybody who has a whim can have a seat. Please explain now how that is representing my voice." Let me repeat it one more time. Your campaign slogan says you are running to be a new voice on the school board. Yet, when you were on the board in California and parents and citizens were left out in the rain at the school board meeting because the board meeting moved to a smaller location, you said, "To me it's no big deal. I have not lost 1 second sleep over it." And I said, "I personally don't feel it's necessary that everybody who has a whim can have a seat. Please explain how that is representing my voice."
Well, I guess to answer that question, I appreciate it. When our school district had 3 members that weren't in aligned with the teachers union, the NEA from Washington sent out very highly paid Washington lobbyists to come out to our San Diego district and change things. And instantly they were able to get the newspaper that had never attended a school board meeting ever to come and be all suddenly concerned about everything. Somehow they had the ability to get the TV to go with them in the way that they were going. So after a meeting, I might be interviewed by this reporter and would look for the story the next day and find that everything had been changed and that definite falsehoods were done. So if all of you can remember what you were doing 20 years ago on a Tuesday night, please stand up and tell us. I can't. We met in our cafeteria of our school, where the school district was, and it held about 500 people. Occasionally, it had more people than 500 come out and be there to participate in things. I don't remember this incident at all, but it certainly is not my mission to offend anybody, to cut them off, or to not listen to them. I was always given the most sensitive matters to talk to parents about in our district because I was the one that was the most peaceful and the most able to calm difficult spirits.
I think the way I would like to rebut this question is not to my opponent, but to share with you what my value system is with parent involvement. I value our parents in our schools and in our community. And because of that, I have put together or had a greater role in making sure that these different things happen. School community councils, our district community council, which is, no, I have a past minute. Our district community council, which was the first one in this state to have a district community council, student-led conferences, flex programs with parent involvement, trust lands financial administration by parents, parent focus groups, parental surveys, teacher accountability to parents group, curriculum decision-making, district safety committee, administration and principal selection committee. We value the voice of our parents.
This question is for candidate Sundberg. Why did you vote to support the Gay Lesbian Alliance Club without restrictions, even though it goes against state values? 1.5 years ago, after AFHS, and just a few weeks ago, after another week of high school. To repeat the question, why did you vote to support the Gay Lesbian Alliance Club without restriction, even though it goes against state values? 1.5 years ago, after American Fork High School, and just a few weeks ago, after another high school. Thank
you for that question. You know, that's a very an important subject that it needs to be discussed. We look at the conservative values in our community and how we reach to our all of the people that live in our community. I think we've just been instructed by, well, I have just been instructed by those of my faith to show civility and to help understand the needs of all people and to be able to accommodate some of the things that they're reaching for. In our schools, we have many varied clubs that are done every year. It was last year, actually, that we voted to support the clubs for American Fork High School, one of which was the Gay Straight Alliance Club. This club has articles written about it and has been a service-oriented club this last year. It's also been a club that's embraced all students to come in and to feel less bullied. 2 high schools apply for that, as well as many other clubs in all of our other high schools to be approved, and they went through the correct processes. Every club has an advisor over them. There are strict rules and things that they must follow as part of these clubs, and a parent signature must follow the student being involved in this club. They cannot join any club without a parent signature. So I am grateful for the opportunity that I have to keep my conservative values and reach out to those who may need extra care and support in our schools, because we're about educating all students.
Sometimes we are very much for marriage between a man and a woman, and that law is struck down in a way we're not happy with. And Elder Oaks asked us to be civil as we see that. What bothers me about our last vote was that members of the board in the minority asked that they have an opportunity to consult legal counsel about the ability of this club to exist and what our options were, and they were dismissed by the incumbent as having no need to ask such a question.
I'll do mine. And the rest of that story. Legal counsel was sought last year when the application was made for the American Fork High School Gay Straight Alliance Club. We made sure that we had that legal counsel for those same questions this time. It was the same questions about the name Gay Straight Alliance. The actual conversation never really talked about, with our board, never really talked about the Gay Straight Alliance Club, but some other clubs perhaps that we needed to have further discussion about. The only thing that came out about the Gay Straight Alliance Club was that it would be called the Warm and Fuzzy Club or the Safe Haven Club. And a board member stated that if a parent was going to have a signature for their student to participate in a club, that we needed to be transparent and let it be known that it was the Gay Straight Alliance, not the Warm and Fuzzy Club.
According to the San Diego Union Tribune, during your audit, during your term, the district was found to have lax business practice, including significant budget shortfalls and inaccurate accounting. Why should we trust you to manage the best fiscal managed district in the state? Let me repeat the question. According to the San Diego Union Tribune, during an audit during your term, the district was found to have lax business practice, including significant budget shortfalls and inaccurate accounting. Why should we trust you to manage the best fiscal managed district in the state?
That is the function of an audit, is to come into your school district and to audit you and to find out where you are deficient and what you need to do to be more efficient. Unfortunately, our financial administrator in the district left without giving anybody his address or forwarding address with $100,000 of district money, and it was gone. Did I encourage him to go? No, I didn't. But he left anyway. And we hired auditors on a routine basis to come look over our books and to help us find errors that we may have made and to keep them as they should be kept.
As I talked about before, being fiscally conservative in our district, it is very important that you put together a very wise budget department where this business department can look at all aspects. They have checks and balances. They can go over all of the items, and then they need to report to the board, to the superintendent, where these dollars are being spent. Very accountable to the board, very accountable to the superintendent, and also very accountable to the people. You can get on our website at any time and look at our budget and where the dollars are spent. It is easily accessible to you. So putting together a fiscally conservative business department that handles our budget allows us to be the best fiscally managed district in the state.
My question for candidate Sundberg is, did you support the 44 million tax loss for ASD? If so, why? To repeat it is, did you support the 44 million tax loss for ASD? If so, why?
Thank you for that question. I think that the 44 million for the CDA is what they're talking about for University Place, in case you're wondering. Actually, no, we have not had a vote on that yet. We have asked our business department, again, working with Orem City and the other taxing entities, to put numbers together for us so that we can look at what are the best benefits, how can we be most fiscally responsible with this, and yet bring back tax dollars to our students, the property tax dollars, more quickly. I would never, let me just reiterate this, never support $44 million being handed over to any entity of any sort. Our dollars are very precious to us, and you will not see $44 million of our current tax money being handed over to anyone. What we are looking at is to see what future property tax dollars can bring to our district, and if partnering would allow these dollars to come quickly and to come in a higher range, more dollars than if we did not participate. That's what we are looking at. It is important to know that we have many numbers that we're crunching, many people that are looking at this. In November, we will have it presented to us by our business department, and then we will look as a board to what are the benefits, how will it help the children of Alpine School District while being fiscally responsible to our taxpayers.
I'm a business owner in Orem, and I am very much not in favor of giving away many $1 million in tax revenues to the wealthiest company in Orem. There is no business for Orem to continually be as reckless as it has been with its multiple interventions into trying to build whatever you'd want to call it, a Camelot here. And certainly if you've driven by our mall, you'll see that it is packed, that there's hardly any room you could walk down the corridors in our mall. Now, I must admit I seldom go there except for Cinnamon Buns and See's Chocolates, which I can't have only every 5 years. So I am very opposed to giving tax dollars from our school district to wealthy corporations so they can make more money. And you might crunch numbers and say, well, it comes back, we made more money. You'd make more money anyway. If this is a good proposition, the company will go forward and build the mall. If it's bad business, we don't need to subsidize them.
I think what I want you to know about me is that I have been involved in the schools and in our community for my tenure on the school board. I know what's going on in the schools. I visit with my students and with the teachers, and I understand the processes. I help determine the collaborative effort, Collaboration Day, that we have given our teachers every Monday to collaborate. We follow professional learning communities in our school. That's the culture we live in. That's why we can do some of the amazing things that we do. We are about continuous progress, continuous improvement in improving the best managed district in this state. Do you know that our scores for graduation rate this year are over 90+%? Mountain View's graduation rate, 90%. That is an amazing thing that has happened to us, especially when I came on the board and we were at 72% graduation. So we are doing great things. You look at this school right here. It just won the Blue Ribbon Award, a spectacular award for academic excellence. And this is our highest number diversity school in the district. We have more numbers of diversity than any other school in this district. Our highest percentage, Orem Junior. They are doing amazing things.